welcome back. It's another episode of the Five Hold. Episode 5 already.
Woo!
Yeah, we've been down for a bit. It's good to be back.
Yeah, it feels good. I'm over whatever I had last week, Jerry. I hope you're over whatever you had. last week.
No, I kicked mine pretty quickly, thank God.
Did you guys take my advice in the chat? Drink a lot of
tea.
water.
Yeah. The tea. I was pretty awfully sick last weekend, which is part of the reason why we weren't able to have a show outside of the Saturday trade deadline recap. But we're back. We're super excited to be here, and let's kick things off, guys. What do you think of the week in the NHL so far? Any thoughts on things going on? Aaron?
Pretty much before, as we kind of said. I mean, Vegas is looking like they can come out of that wild card 2 spot in St. Louis. That's on a 4-game tear. They're climbing steeply for that wild card spot, so that's going to be quite interesting.
Slowly but surely, they're getting there. They won 4 straight now. I think 4, something like that. 4 straight. So it's a good little roll that the Blues are on to kind of keep themselves, or get themselves back into the playoff picture after being in the playoff picture, falling out of the playoff picture, and now being back in the playoff picture. So it's kind of nuts. It's kind of nuts. Jerry, what's your thoughts on things right now?
I hate to be a homer, but I'm gonna. So excuse me.
Rangers are looking pretty good.
I think that the Rangers are an absolute wagon, and everyone should be afraid. But we'll get to it. I'm sure we'll do a preview for what's to come in the upcoming week. And again, we're going live on Blue Shirts tomorrow, so hear more of my homerisms then. But we're gonna really have to run the gauntlet in the next, I believe, our next 5 games are against some of the 5 toughest opponents in the league. Yeah. So we'll see how things go there. Otherwise, like we were talking about before, things are starting to get a little bit shaken up here in the standings. I know the wild card race in the East, at least, is getting really, really tight. There's a lot of discourse as to who's going to get that 1 and 2. It's kind of a coin flip at this point between everybody, it seems like. Right. And then crossing what's it called? Crossing conferences over to the West Coast. The Olympus has really fallen. I don't know if that's necessarily because of all the injuries and all the LTIRs that they're doing, really biting them in the behind or what. But yeah, interesting over there. Canucks are still standing strong, which looks good to me. The Oilers are probably going to make that late season push. But again, we all know how this song and dance is going to end. You could be as good as you want to be, but if you don't have a wall between the pipes, you're only going to get as far as your offense can take you. So it's going to be an interesting home stretch to the NHL. We have literally 35-ish days into the playoffs. We have just about a little over a month.
Little over a month, I would say.
It's like 14
the
games.
Exact date.
April 22nd is the exact date. I know that.
For the start date or the first game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little over a month. There's about 13, 14 games left. Does that sound right?
Yeah, something in that territory.
15 games left. Right now out west, Winnipeg has managed to pull themselves back into first in the Central Division.
Yeah, how about that?
They're currently tied. There's a 3-way tie between Winnipeg, Colorado, and Dallas for the Central Division. They all have 91 points. Dallas has played 69 games, Colorado 68 games, Winnipeg 67 games. In the Pacific, Vancouver is still up 8 points. So unless things fall apart for them, I mean, they do. Edmonton does have a few games in hand as well. They're 84 points right now. LA's sitting right there as well. In the third position at 79 points. We got Nashville and the Vegas Golden Knights for the wild card spot with St. Louis and Minnesota, right there in the race as well. Over in the eastern side, we got Boston 95 points, Florida and Toronto are right there with them. Florida's got 94 points, so 1 point behind Colorado. Your New York Rangers is in first place in the Metropolitan, 4 points ahead of right now, and running away from the Philadelphia Flyers. It's kind of nice, I'm sure. You got Detroit, who's still managing to hang on to a wild card spot, even though they've been just awful as of late. And then Tampa Bay is holding on to that first wild card spot as well. So
I'm just looking at that differential between like that drop off is insane. 94 points to the Rangers, 90 points to the Canes. We've been pretty neck and neck all season long, but we've had that spot for a while. The Flyers are 16 points behind them or whatever it is. That's or 14 points. It's crazy.
They're almost 20 points behind the Rangers for.
That's insane. And I didn't realize Dylan Larkin was that key for the Red Wings.
Yeah.
They're fighting in practices. He's hurt. It's like, okay.
Like, the straw that stirs a drink. I mean, he's been there for how many years now? You know, he's kind of
Zetterberg.
I was gonna say Stevie Y, whatever. He's the guy in Detroit. He's been their guy for a long time now. So to have him, have him go down. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he is the captain of the team. Yeah. So to lose him is gonna Larkin.
Yeah.
To lose him, that's gonna hurt your locker room a bit. And I'm just surprised he's not really. I mean, I don't know the inner workings of the Detroit Red Wings as much as I like to fake it until I make it, but I'm surprised he's not really like in the mix, kind of like in their ears at practice, around the facility, doing whatever, trying to make sure that kind of stuff doesn't happen. Because when you're in a spot the Wings were in, and to have all this, drama and whatnot going on, behind closed doors, that's going to kind of implode you at the wrong time. So hopefully he comes back and he's able to mend everything, that's all the bridges that are broken.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully they're still fighting for the one of the wild card spots. They're 2 points up on the Washington Capitals, who have slowly snuck their way into the playoff race somehow.
That's nuts.
It is a little nuts. Which conference right now is do you have your eye on, or which division do you have your eye on, Jerry?
I would say probably the Atlantic is I would like to think that I'm looking at their numbers. They're not even that competitive right now, minus the 1 and 2 spot. Like, it's 1 and 2, the Bruins and the Panthers, and then the Maple Leafs are just in the middle of the road with what seems to be a locked-in third spot. But the Lightning are playing pretty good hockey. They gave us a problem a couple nights ago. The Red Wings, obviously, if they can get their stuff together. And then after that, it's kind of just bottom of the barrel with the Sabres, the Canadiens, and the Senators fighting for a better draft pick. It's honestly like the East is kind of just like the separation between the East is wild, because if you look at the conference as a whole, and the top, like, I would say from 1 to 10 is like super duper competitive. So that those last 4 teams are going to be fighting real hard for that spot, and then just below that is just nothing really there. But again, I'm an East Coast homer. I don't have it in the. I'm getting old these days. I don't have it in the tank with me to stay up till 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. to watch Avalanche Oilers games, like somebody on Twitter was complaining about the other day.
Yeah, I understand. I hate when I still not a fan, and it's as I get older, when the Blues go on their West Coast trips out to Edmonton.
That's only an hour difference, Vancouver. Or no? What is that? 2 hours? 2 hours?
2 hours.
Oh, it's 3 for us.
Those 9:30 start times can be a lot.
It's tough. It's tough.
It's
I see you have a Battlehawk sticker in your background. You're a big UFL fan.
Yeah. We're excited to have football in St. Louis.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a pretty awesome thing. We get the not the home opener, but the season opener in a week and a half or something.
Yeah, you guys are like one of the best teams, right? Coming into the XFL.
We should, yeah.
We were one of the better Guardians fans, but they loved us. We love the Guardians. I went to a game in 20. Oh, they're back. They're just in Orlando, so they don't exist to me. They're dead to me because I left New York. We went to a game in 2020, probably the last big event before COVID shut everything down, and it was just electric. Best time I ever had at a sporting event.
Yeah, so we're looking. I think the last I heard is that they were opening more seats in the upper deck of the Edward.
Really?
The dome at the America Center. In full capacity, that place is almost 80,000 people.
I don't think you're selling that.
So the last I heard that the numbers could be pushing 500,000, or not 550,000. I'm sorry, 50,000.
That's crazy. That's pretty crazy
for the home opener.
Sorry for the tangent.
No, you're good. We're good. Aaron, what do you think? Which division is catching your eye the most right now?
I would have to say the Central, just because when we were talking about the trade deadline talk with the Avalanche, I mean, Winnipeg made theirs a little bit like before the deadline, and they add Tyler Toffoli, so it's like It's a three-way tie right there. Who's going to take the number 1 seed? Winnipeg's been in control all year, but then here comes Colorado on a 6-game winning streak, and then can't take out Dallas, even though Jake Ottinger's is a little bit sloppy lately.
Yeah.
So that division's a little interesting, and I mean also too just the wild card teams in general. I never really seen it this tight in like a while. And I mean, Washington, who has the oldest lineup, traded away Anthony Mantha, and they're essentially a point out of the second wild card. Right. And then again, Vegas, everyone kept saying they won the trade deadline. They are literally 4 points ahead of the Blues, who stood put or stand pat, sorry, and they might be out of the playoffs. It's crazy times.
Yeah. I'm curious what the backlash would be if Vegas does not make the playoffs. It's got. I mean,
it would hurt them in the sense of like they can still use the LTIR and nobody would really complain about it as much. They'd be like, oh well, they did all this and they didn't make the playoffs, so that would kind of help out Vegas in a way.
That's true.
This would be the first time they haven't made the playoffs, right, since their inception.
I believe so.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
I can't imagine coming into the league for 6 years now and then just going on an absolute tear. But I guess that's just the way it's set up now, and rightfully so.
Yeah, I mean,
Seattle.
If you look at the run Seattle had last year too.
Yeah.
They kind of, I would say they built their team the exact same way that Vegas did, but they were pretty similar when it comes to the expansion draft and stuff of who they went with. They went some with younger guys. They also got some veteran guys out of things too. Which I'm surprised that they've fallen off as much as they have this year at the same time, because they still brought back a good chunk of their team. But maybe it was just the luck of last year.
Yeah, lightning in the bottle is always hard to catch, and I'm very surprised that Vegas has had the sustained success they have had. But I guess that's just a credit to who's the ex-Bruins coach? I'm gonna say Jack Kirby, but that's the guy.
Jim Montgomery.
Jim Montgomery. Or who's in charge? Who's from the Bruins in that organization? Is it a GM?
In Vegas?
In Vegas, yeah.
It's the head coach. It's Bruce Cassidy, isn't it?
Oh my God! I'm sorry. I was thinking the current one of the Bruins. I heard Bruins.
No,
Bruce Cassidy.
Bruce Cassidy. Jack Kirby. That guy invented Batman. I was way off with that one.
Yeah.
We're still in the fog, folks. Trying to get out of it. Back at the
Jerry's still sick.
No, it's Jim Montgomery was with the Blues last year, and they decided to move on from him, and he took that job in Boston. This is his first year in Boston. Second year, right? No, yeah, because Bruce Cassidy won the Cup with Vegas last year. Yeah. So second full year with the Boston Bruins. So all right, well, let's move on to something just a little different, I think, for us, instead of talking just hockey in general. Let's talk about jerseys. So we all know the whole Fanatics thing is going to happen. It's
a shame. It's honestly a shame.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, I personally never had an issue. There's something I will say that I want stricken from the record because I'm not sure the legality of it, but I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I buy my jerseys from China for $35 from DHgate. And they come out perfectly fine. They're always the name brands or whatever, and they always fit good. I have, I think, 1 or 2 duds in my collection, but otherwise I have been great. But I do know that Fanatics sells dog shit products. We see what goes on with what's happening in the MLB right now with what they tried to do, and it's just male camel toe galore out there. And I just don't think, they're literally going to sell the equivalent to my house league jersey that I had growing up for, kids ice hockey. It's going to be disgusting.
Pretty much. Don't fix what's not broken. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand why they didn't re-up. I don't know if it was an Adidas thing or not. I don't know the backstory there, but they definitely should have. They had a great thing running with Adidas, I personally think. I'm also biased to Reebok. I thought Reebok was the pinnacle of hockey, not only jerseys, but gear in general. When I played growing up, I strictly used Reebok, like sticks and gloves and stuff. Shout out to my dad, Larry, for funding the whole journey growing up. I'm sure it wasn't the easiest on the wallet, but I always thought they did the best work. But Adidas has really stepped in, and they've done great, especially with, the alternate lines, whether it be the reverse retros or even the third jerseys and whatnot. Everything has been great from them. So I'm sad to see them go from the jersey provider.
I agree. I think Adidas has done a fantastic job of not only creating new uniforms, but just being more proactive with what they're doing on the uniform side of things. But what I wanted to jump in is I found this the other day. I believe it's from Down Home. Let me find where it came from so I can give them credit for their jersey tier. Daily Dose Hockey for this NHL jersey tier. I saw it the other day and I was like, that would be a great conversation for us to have, because when I looked at it, I said, I don't necessarily agree with this. So tier 1 sees Minnesota, Arizona.
I don't love that off the bat. I don't love that.
Yeah.
Colorado. I like the Arizona ones. I don't know.
Arizona's a good fit, but the Wild being in there is out of pocket.
I think the Wild jerseys are a little boring.
They've had the same jersey since they got into the league.
Basically,
they mixed in the occasional script lettering across the chest. That was a nice jersey, but other than that, it's really been just that different variations of that exact jersey. I'm one to talk. We've been wearing the same jersey since 1926, but we are also in a 6 team, so we can do whatever we want.
Yeah,
also true. So Colorado's in there, Detroit, San Jose, and Montreal.
I like the Sharks jersey. I think that's a good pick. I think that's a wide appeal jersey. Again, another team that's been kind of in the same realm since they got into the league in the late 90s. I feel like they haven't really varied too far away from that, and when they tried, it's failed. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it for them. But I do like that. Could it be in tier 2? Yeah, it could. Same thing with, I would say, probably. I want to say maybe the Avalanche. Avalanche might be in even tier 3, but I don't. I'm not too upset with the Sharks being up there.
Yeah,
I would probably take Calgary and put them over
I like
the Wild.
I like that Calgary jersey. In fact,
I like
hold on.
Ones. I definitely like those ones. I mean, Jerry said the Golden Knights could be a tier 1, tier 2. I don't think they're a tier 4. Oh my goodness, he has a Calgary Flames jersey.
I love this jersey. Another Chinese special. I got a Johnny Hockey jersey.
Johnny Hockey.
I don't know what it was. I watched him play, and I was like, "Yo, that jersey is clean. I need to grab that and have that in my collection." I'm a big fan of this jersey. I really am.
Brandon has a good amount too. He had a Bruins one. He had the Carolina. He's got a Calgary one too. Oh my goodness, that's a good one though. I like the black, yellow, red though. That's nice.
Yeah,
so even the old school ones for the Flames.
Nice, good old Jerome McGinley.
His son, I think, is coming into the draft this year.
Yeah,
I
heard he's kind of nasty.
Yeah, I heard that.
I like that jersey, but I mean, we stole. I'm not in that, but I associate myself with them. The FDNY stole that jersey from the Calgary Flames, and that's what they wear, and I think they did it a little better. But that's just me.
So tier 2, and tier 2 for them. This is Calgary. The Islanders, who are
trash.
Why? Yeah. Tier 2.
I don't think
it's out of there.
I don't think it's a tier 2.
It's not even the Fishermen. I'll give the Fishermen the benefit of the doubt, but that jersey is it's boring.
Mm-hmm. I would put Florida in there or something over them.
I'm not a fan of the soccer jersey.
Neither.
If they were still wearing the Tasmanian Devil Panther jersey, maybe, or whatever you want to call it, but I'm not a fan of the soccer jersey.
Yeah.
I like the Flyers jersey, but I don't that's a fine jersey. I like the black Flyers jersey. I think that's a mean jersey.
That's better.
And I'm cool with the Penguins jersey, and I'm cool with the Blackhawks jersey both being in there. I think those are two timeless jerseys.
I think you could throw the Penguins jersey into tier 1.
I wouldn't be upset if you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Wu-Tang Clan, and they're black and yellow, so it kind of
hell yeah.
I'd be all right with them being in tier 1. So
I saw the Wu-Tang Clan with my buddy Will, who tunes into the show from time to time. Back when the 36 Chambers 25th anniversary show in New York City we went to, because we're both big fans. And I was on the street and I was talking to a guy. He had Wu-Tang Clan hockey jerseys. I had one in my hand, and I was like, I don't know. He wanted like $80, and I was a broke college kid. I'm like, I really, really want this, but I can't bite the bullet. And I regret it every day.
Yeah.
You know what was gonna regret the Hurricanes? Did anyone see what they're trying to do with their new logo?
That
It's like
so
a C.
it's
It's
not
for
it's not what you think it
Carolina.
is. It's a throwback. It's a vintage jersey of what could have been. It's not an
I still
actual
don't
like
like it. I still don't like it.
yeah.
You
Like
know
it
what
was
I
like
think the Hurricanes
an
should take and
original
run with?
concept or something.
I think they should take the flag, and they have it's their shoulder patch with
Mhm.
the hurricane marking flag. I think they should take that and run with that. I think that's badass.
This one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Oh, I guess they did it already. I didn't
Yeah.
even realize. Yeah. Oh, is that back from like when they won the cup or like shortly after, like back in the small days?
2011.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
So a little later then. But yeah,
It's
I
got
like
the
that. I think that's a cool jersey.
yeah, it's got like the
Um.
it's got the typical
Oh, like
Carolina Hurricane.
the coyote print on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
Cool.
Do you like that St. Louis is in a tier 4?
I mean, I'm
For
not.
that jersey, I'm not upset about that. I'm
Yeah,
not. You obviously weren't
I'm
talking
not either.
to me, but
It's not nothing. It's not anything special. It's they basically just reused the same. I mean, when Reebok took over, they did the whole, I think it was the Reebok Edge jersey. It had all like the striping and stuff. Basically, what Columbus's jersey is still, to an extent, or the Capitals jersey with all the striping and whatnot. They did that, and then they got away from it. Went back to this like early 2000s type of striping that you see now with the.
kind of fits into the Calgary Flames jersey echelon that you held up before, like that same style.
Mhm.
I feel
Yeah.
like
I
Which is
still
a
wish the
lot of
Ducks
teams
were
are
still
doing.
owned by Disney.
Yeah, or at least given the logo.
Mhm.
The world is better when they have that logo on their chest.
Do you like that? Do you like the 30th anniversary jersey? I personally
Didn't hate
love
him.
it.
Did not hate him.
Didn't hate him.
I thought they
Wait,
were
which
neat.
one are you talking about? The
The
black and
Anaheim,
orange
the
one,
Ducks.
or the no? But because they had a couple. They wore a couple different ones. They had one with the Wild Wing, but it was in those colors, the orange and gold and black ones, and then they had the like the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim with the circle patch
It's like
or
the
whatever.
duck head with the circle with the
Yeah,
got the duck head in the middle.
and it's purple and teal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
like
a good
that
jersey.
one.
I wanted to buy one and I didn't pick one up, and I regret it. But that was a good jersey.
Mm-hmm. That was a solid one in my opinion. I thought it was a good one. Is there anybody in tier 5 who you feel could be moved up?
No.
No.
Yeah, I think that's pretty spot on. If I had a guess,
Fair enough.
I don't love the Dallas Stars rebrand. The Capitals you can
Weird.
make. If the Capitals went, so that jersey is ugly, but if the Capitals went to, I guess it's their third. That's a little more vintage, with like the stars and stripes on the sleeves and everything. You know what I'm
The
talking
W.
about?
Is that the one with the actual eagle on it?
Not the one. No. I was never really a big fan of the Eagle jersey. I like this Capital jerseys better. Hold on. I want to say maybe they wore it in the Winter Classic.
I was just say it was a winter. It was a Winter Classic one with.
It
like
wasn't I'm not talking about the W one though.
Not the W one.
Let me see if I can find it. No, you know what I'm thinking of? It's the white one.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Yeah, it
okay,
has the
okay.
stars on it.
Yeah.
It has like
Yeah,
capitals.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I feel like they can better adopt that in like a solid red color compared to what is.
All right, Darren. No, the Kings should not be ahead of the Kraken. If they had
not in that
the old
jersey.
school, if they had the old school ones like when Gretzky was playing, I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, if
Not
you
this
put
all
the
whack
Gretzky black and
shit.
silver jersey in there, I'd agree. Or even I was a big fan of the gold and purple jerseys. I think those are pretty cool.
Darren doesn't play. Blue
But
should be in tier 3.
So Blues are going ahead of the Kraken then, Darren? Is that what we're doing?
yeah, get
Yeah.
the Kraken. The Kraken.
I like the Kraken.
I'm
jersey,
not
yeah.
a fan of it. I'm not a fan of the Kraken jersey. Get
I
the
actually
Kraken
made
out of
fun of
there.
them when they became the Kraken.
Yeah, the name's badass. I wasn't crazy about the jersey. Get the Devils out of there and get the Kraken out of there. I think you could bump the Bruins up. Them being in tier 4 is ridiculous.
Well, that's the Centennial jersey is what that is.
Oh, is it? But
I don't
still,
like the Centennial jersey.
It doesn't really vary much off of what they're another team who doesn't. Again,
I think it's just the gold. Like that gold just does it. It just looks funky.
looks a little weirder. Yeah, I hear that. They should have had a tier 6 for all original 6 jerseys. I'll tell you one thing about the Vegas Golden Knights jersey that I didn't realize when I bought. So when they came into the league, I bought they went on the run. I may or may not have been overserved one night at the bar watching a 10 p.m. West Coast playoff game and said, I'm buying a jersey. Couldn't buy a Fleury jersey, so I bought a Mark Stone jersey.
Ooh.
Fleury just slided me so many times in the past. I couldn't give him his flowers, pun intended.
Yeah, exactly.
But I bought a Mark Stone jersey. They traded in the season after. I'll tell you one thing about this jersey that you don't, at least I didn't at the time, get from watching them. Significantly more glitter than you would expect. Like and it fits big. Like, I got this. At first I was like, oh my god, the Chinese got me. They got one on. They got one on old Jerry. It is what it is. But no, and then I went to a Vegas game and I was like, oh, okay, I guess this is like legit then. All right, cool. Very Vegas, very spot on, very good for the the vibe and whatnot. I see where they're going there, but it caught me by surprise. Didn't know it was going to be so glittery. And that gold jersey is I like the black. The gold jersey is kind of the mustard. Nah,
yeah, the black glow in the dark when they did the retro reverse thing, and everybody was like, "How can you have a retro reverse when you've only been in the league for 4 years?"
Yeah, no,
for real.
I was at work the other day. We were going food shopping, and I saw a lady in the grocery store with like a reverse retro Golden Knights jersey, and it was like established 1994. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, lady?
Yeah. Like what? 1994? Oh my god!
But the fact that thing glows in the dark is pretty legit.
It's different,
Yeah.
Roll the dice.
Different.
The NHL is a league that doesn't really take too many chances. So when you do cool things like that, I welcome stuff like that. Experiment, have fun. I do think I'd say probably next to the NBA, the NHL and the NBA are the two leagues that probably experiment with the jerseys the most. Baseball tries, but I feel like it's more so hat space and exactly. It doesn't really work all that well. But go for it. I'm all for it. I love jerseys. I went through a Kevin Smith period in my life where I was a little larger than I currently am. So whenever I would go out to a bar or do whatever, I'd always wear a hockey jersey, hence the large collection. So they're fun. They're a little impractical to wear, but if you own it, and you can make it a good time.
Yeah, I think the MLB has tried a little too hard with their City Connect jerseys and kind of. I mean, I get what they're trying to do, but they don't seem to hit.
No.
Right. Some of them are really, really good. Others are just. Most of them haven't been great.
I wouldn't even mind I said before, the Senators jerseys, even their red ones really aren't that bad. Like if you go to like the 2004 ones or 2006, I wouldn't mind those either. In the tier 3, I'd take out jersey for that.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys this. So we have the current jerseys on the screen right now. Yeah. What are your top 5 extinct jerseys?
Extinct jerseys.
Ew. I like the old Buffalo Sabres, which they kind of still wear.
The red and black ones?
The red and black ones. Those are cool. I think it's just because the Buffalo looks sick. Like it looks better than that thing that they have on now and the double swords. I don't hate the Minnesota North Stars.
That's a good jersey.
Those are good ones too.
That is a good one.
Obviously the Ducks. Quack quack.
Yep.
The Kings wore a little throwback jersey the other night when they played the Blues. And it was
I didn't see the game. Which one was that one?
Last Thursday.
Is it their purple ones or their yellow?
No,
ones?
there was the white. It was the white ones. The jersey they wear with the chrome.
Oh yeah. Those are good.
The jerseys are good, but the chrome domes are they piss me off.
The chrome awful.
Yeah, Darren put the 94 Canucks jersey or the Whalers.
Have my top 5 are the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, the Paul Kariya number 9, the blue, the teal and purple. Can't beat it. Eggplant, if you will. You got the 94 Canucks jersey with I call them Ruffles jerseys just because there used to be a flavor of ruffle with that bag. But the Pavel Bure jersey, have that too. That's a great jersey. Quebec Nordiques, the blue one. I have a Joe Sakic jersey of that. That's
Ooh,
another one of my
solid.
personal favorites.
Yeah, they're good.
The Hartford Whalers. Obviously, I'm a Connecticut homer. Those are my boys. Bring them back. Carolina steals valor every time they do that, and now as a native Connecticutian, I don't know what the term is. I'm anti that. Used to be cool. Now I'm out. And then for the number 5 spot, I don't have a specific jersey that I can think of, but there is one that comes to mind that's kind of I only say this because I had it. I wanted it really, really badly. I have to pull it up. Hold on one second. So it came out as most of you know, I think I've been vocal about it here. I've certainly been vocal about it on Blue Shirts Banter. Patrick Kane is the greatest American-born hockey player to ever lace up a pair of skates. However, right behind him, and I know there's a lot of recency bias with Austin Matthews and whatnot, but in my mind, it goes Patrick Kane followed by number 9 Mike Modano.
I got some breaking baseball news while we're here, really quick.
Go.
Blake Snell has signed or is in agreement to a 2-year, $62 million contract with the San Francisco Giants.
Wow. Ooh, that's gonna be a good 7th-inning stretch. Hopefully, Darren has Tyler on for that one. That's interesting.
Well, they're excited. They're already talking. So.
Oh, are they? Okay, good. Yeah, that's. What do you guys think of those old Colorado ones? It's like the sea on it with a mountain. It's like
those are cool. Yeah, those are
like
pretty cool.
The old Colorado Rockies jerseys before they
made big fan of those too.
Yeah.
The California Seals have pretty cool jerseys if you want to call back to them. But back to my quick tangent because I finally found the picture so I could stop stalling. In the early 2000s, the Dallas Stars released a 3rd jersey that looked like this that not a lot of people liked, but a young Jerry fell in love with.
Is it the Unis jersey? It's the Unis jersey.
Yeah. I love that jersey so much. I got one for Christmas. It was a Coho jersey. Coho is one of the sleeper brands that to ever make hockey equipment. I got a Mike Modano, that jersey, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Then 5 or 6 years down the road or whatever, when the internet started getting bigger and I started getting older or whatever, I looked it up to see maybe I can get another one. I love that jersey. People hated that jersey. I thought it was the coolest thing ever, and people were just shitting on it.
Jersey.
They called it the what?
The uterus jersey because it looks.
I guess I could see it. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah,
I was a big fan.
Yeah, I still like the Florida Panthers with the Panther coming out with breaking.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's a good favorite. Back in the who was the goalie that had the Cujo? Was it Cujo? Was it Curtis Joseph or no? Who was it? No, I think it was Van Bees. Was it Van Beesbrook?
Yeah, I don't think it was Cujo.
I think it was Van's.
I like Winnipeg's older uniform, not the new one, but with the more red.
Oh yes,
the red, white, and blue, kind of like the brighter blue.
And the Jets is like a big old J on hockey stick. Yeah, those are cool. What about the Atlanta Flames?
It's the same thing. It doesn't count. No. I did like the Atlanta Thrasher jersey. I thought those were
really.
I thought the Thrasher was cool. It was unique. You don't it's a Thrasher. What is a Thrasher?
I think it's a bird.
Is it a bird?
I'm not entirely positive.
Maybe some of our Atlanta folks can help us out with that.
It was Van Beesbrook.
I don't know what a Thrasher is. I liked Pittsburgh's diagonal, kind of like the
Rangers. Yeah, that was on the list when I looked up top extinct jerseys. That was there back in the Yager days.
Yeah, that was that's a solid one too.
I'm trying to think. The Washington Capitals jersey that was literally a picture of the Capitol, but still in the. I guess that was the Screaming Eagle one, right? That had the Capitol and the Capitol building in the background with the eagle going down.
Or yeah.
No. There's a different jersey. I'm totally remembering this. It's not what's it
There's
called?
one that just.
It's the black jersey. It was when Yager was the captain. It was a black jersey with the Capitol building. It just says Capitals on it.
Oh yeah, but don't they have a white one of that same one too?
I thought there was an eagle though.
There was an eagle.
There was one without an eagle.
Yeah, no, I know what he's talking about. I think I think you're right because then they had the one with the W, and then I'll have to look this up. But I think you're.
Yeah, no, they wore it Ovechkin's rookie year.
They didn't. That's the only year they wore it too, wasn't it?
It's a strong possibility.
Because then they changed it to the flying.
So no, yeah,
Like,
no. So in
flying eagle.
2002, it's literally the Capitol with like the 2 hockey sticks, and then the hockey puck right in the middle of it. It says Capitals. Yeah, no, that's yeah.
Hmm.
I know what he's talking. Oh no. Are you talking about? No, it says Lady Capitals.
Yeah.
This one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about now.
I still like the Eagle one though. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
The Screaming Eagle's pretty
Screaming
cool.
Eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah, hockey jerseys rule, man. I love hockey jerseys. There's some really good timeless ones, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, I think while Adidas did it correctly, and everyone was sitting on their hands, kind of nervous about what was going to come, I think we're going to see Fanatics try and do it, but end up going the same route of the MLB, in the sense of like how you were saying, their city themed jerseys or whatnot. Try too hard.
Yeah.
And we're going to end up with jerseys that look like the NHL All-Star jerseys from this past year, which I will go on record and say I did not mind, because like you look back at like older jerseys from like the 90s or whatever, and like they look ridiculous, but they're relics of the time, and you're kind of like, and then like 20 years down the road, people are like, yo, that jersey's the best jersey in the history of the world, like, good game, like whatever, like stuff like that. So I'll give it the benefit. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt the same way I gave One Direction the benefit of the doubt and said people hated the Beatles too when they came out, type deal.
That's a fair point. I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
I do like the Tampa Bay Lightning.
I like them too. I think it's a little low there when those first came out. I was a big fan of them.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay does jerseys right. This year they had a couple of alternate jerseys that like one-offs. Like they did that Gasparilla jersey with the Pirate. They came out with another one later in the season that was all black. That was pretty dope.
They're planning on still using that uniform up until 2026 too. So I'm curious how. I know if I don't know if you've watched the Ice Authentic. Is it the Ice Authentics guy? He does jersey content and stuff, but he was talking about the Fanatics jersey, and he was saying that Fanatics told teams just to hold off on any rebranding, any kind of like that until they can get their stuff figured out and issues figured out before teams decided to rebrand. So we won't see any like rebranded teams for probably at least 2 years.
At this point, I don't even know who would really rebrand. Maybe the Wild.
No, it was so.
Oh, you know what was a cool jersey too? The Blue Jackets cannon jersey.
Yes, the light blue, like the 3-color blue. Yeah, that one was nice too. I did like that one.
But yeah, I don't think anyone's really going to rebrand. I don't think there's. I don't know if anyone really needs to rebrand. I think it's a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I don't remember. He mentioned one team, but I don't remember who it was. It wasn't San Jose because they just did it.
Yeah.
Gosh dang. I don't remember who it was. I'll have to rewatch that and see if I can. I'll have to write it down and figure it out. But we'll move on from the jersey. Anything else on the jersey side of things before we move on?
I got nothing on the jerseys, but I do have something later to show to talk about if it's not on the list, but it might be on the list, so we'll see.
I just want to know with the Vancouver one. I heard that's a hockey stick.
Yes.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, in the mouth. Yeah, it's kind of like very similar to the Shark jersey in that aspect.
Okay. I can never tell.
I believe so.
Someone said it was like a hockey stick, or like the way that the whale is doing the curve. It's like a hockey stick.
No, I'm wrong.
I could never tell. And I was like, that's weird.
Huh.
I don't know if you guys heard anything about that.
No, I haven't heard
that's the only one I got though.
I guess I can kind of see it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just seeing it because I'm thinking about it, but I guess I can kind of see the way the mouth and the teeth and like the fin is like positioned, but I don't know. I think I'm stretching here.
Yeah, maybe. No, all I had left is it was a playoff mock thing. So we're going to look at basically where the playoffs sit right now, and just figure out who we think is going to get to the Stanley Cup final. Yeah, fun time, right?
Yeesh, that's some dark times. That's interesting.
Dark times. We'll start with the West. Let's start out West, and we'll kind of work our way through round one. So right now, let's go. Sorry, it's looking like we'll have Vancouver and the Vegas Golden Knights in the first round. on the Pacific side of things, Edmonton and LA. Which one of those? Who are you taking out of that one, Jerry?
Out of Edmonton and LA, or out of the first one?
Out of the first one. Let's go Vancouver and the Golden Knights.
I think Canucks can beat them, but I don't think it's going to be an easy series. And I think they get, I think they'll have the work cut out for them and kind of get beat up in the process. I think it's going to go 7, but I think the Canucks will take them.
Same.
That was quick, easy enough. So Vancouver moves on. Try to remember this all in my head.
I think Edmonton wins in 5, though. I don't think the Kings really have anything. They didn't do anything at the deadline, which they should have, but I think it's going to be Edmonton.
I think Edmonton easily moves. I think Edmonton wins that series in 5 games, if not 4. I think that's quick work for the Oilers.
Fair enough. Okay. What about so as of right now, we're looking at Winnipeg versus Nashville. Nice little Central Division rivalry in the wild card round. Also, who takes that one?
Give me Winnipeg in 6.
I think that sounds right. I can't really speak too much for the Predators right now, other than the fact that they beat us and we beat them. I believe we split the season with them.
Yeah, we did.
I don't think they're anything too nuts to, I think they're a pretty middle of the road team based on my understanding. And the way the Jets are playing right now, I think they're going to come out of the gates hot. So I think it's safe to say that I like Jets in 6.
Oh, what I do? Nothing here. Okay. What about the Dallas Stars, which would be a fantastic round 1 matchup? The Dallas Stars and the Colorado Avalanche.
That would be a good matchup.
But
I'm giving it to the Avs here. I think Avs in probably 6 sounds right. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a fight. I think the Avs, given their depth and given their experience, I think they're able to walk out on top there in the first round.
I mean, I do like what they got Biddlestat from Buffalo, but let me go Stars in 7.
Another first round exit for the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah, let's do it.
I hope not. I'll have to talk my coworker off the ledge.
Let's just stick with the Western Conference until we get to the Stanley Cup final. So then, I believe the way this would work out would be Edmonton. It goes first seed, and then they first against 4, doesn't it? Doesn't it switch up?
I don't believe it doesn't. I don't believe it reseeds.
So it'd be Edmonton versus Vancouver.
Yeah, because it's conference based,
right?
Because a lot of the talk is that we wouldn't
get rid of the way it is, to be honest.
Yeah, because everyone was saying in Rangers land how much of a problem the Panthers won't be if we get to the Eastern Conference Finals. So it's whoever it's a Pacific and then Central.
Yeah. Okay. So we got Edmonton and Vancouver.
That's gonna be a good series. Yeah. I'm gonna have to give the edge to the Canucks here just because I don't want to, but I very strongly stand strong. Very strongly stand strong. Great podcasting. On the fact that the Edmonton Oilers not having a goalie is their biggest Achilles heel, and without a goalie, they're never going to be able to do anything until they get one.
Fair enough.
I know Demko's hurt. I don't think it's serious. I think he's coming back soon, but yeah, I have to go with Vancouver on this one too.
Okay. What about Dallas and Winnipeg? Another would be a fantastic series.
Give me the Stars.
Yeah. I'll take the Stars, I think.
I like it. All right, last one in the Western Conference. You got Vancouver versus the Dallas Stars.
Shit, I hate to say it just because I said the Canucks probably see an early exit, but here I am having them in the Western Conference final. But I think I wouldn't be surprised if they take it over the Stars here.
Okay. Aaron, what do you think?
Yeah, I have to agree. Vancouver on this one. I for some reason, I think JT Miller would go crazy in this series.
I think he's going to have a good playoff. He's playing out of his mind. I think that play is going to continue. He's been deep before. He knows what it takes.
I like it. I'm not opposed to it. I just am hoping that the Blues can get in there, and with our solid goaltending, we'll be able to surprise some teams like the Vancouver Canucks and be able to.
People love to shit on Bennington, dude. He's got a friend in me. I like Jordan Bennington.
What about the East? We'll move over to the East now. So you got the Vancouver Canucks in the Stanley Cup Final, coming out of the West, the first seed as of right now. On the Eastern side of things, so we're going to see. It looks like, it's really close. Boston and Detroit to kick off the Eastern Conference mock playoffs for us.
Give me the Bruins in 7.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, I think the Wings are going to fight them hard. Especially, I'll finish your thought for you if Dylan Larkin's back. Sorry for cutting you off, but if Dylan Larkin comes back, I think the Red Wings are going to come in with something to prove. And I think we'll get the Ying to Patty Kane's last year's Yang and get a full a full performance from number 88. But I think the Bruins are coming into this playoffs out for blood.
I mean, I see what you're saying. They do have Pat Maroon, so
Pat Maroon's a Stanley Cup, 3-time Stanley Cup champion. Baby.
Correct.
I can see what you're saying, but no, I'm going with Detroit on this one. I don't think the Bruins are that good. Just because they didn't even do anything at the deadline, so it's like they still have decent centers, but they shouldn't be in the first two lines. So
you think Detroit has enough to be able to knock off an experienced playoff team like the Boston Bruins, though?
That's a key word, man.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think Patty Kane, DeBrincat are just going to go off, especially like I said, if Dylan Larkins is healthy, he'll definitely have a really good series against Boston. They have a good arsenal of firepower on that Detroit team.
Yeah, okay. I definitely would say.
And if you bring them into the overtime / shootout, they have 15. Is it 16? No, 15 overtime losses. The Bruins.
That's true.
Really?
Guaranteed win.
Yeah, they're
OT. That would be the most.
They have just as many as the Islanders.
Just as many as the Islanders.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know. Wow. Yeah, they're 40, 14, and 15.
I thought they had 60 for some reason. I don't know why.
More overtime losses than they do regulation losses. That's nuts.
And people are putting them for the President's Trophy.
That's crazy. So what about the other one? We're looking at Florida. Florida versus Toronto.
Toronto curse is real. Panthers.
Yeah.
So
sweet. Give me Florida in 5.
Okay. I like it. The other one you're looking at right now. New York Rangers versus Tampa Bay Lightning.
It's not going to be easy. And I think we can all see where this is going. It's not going to take a rocket scientist to tell you what my answer is going to be. But it's not going to be. I will say this. We have Tampa's number.
Ish.
I'm not going to say historically because they obviously handed it to us in 2021. Was it 2021 when we got to the Eastern Conference Finals?
2022, but also in 2015 as well.
But everyone's yelling at the sky for falling that past game. We're on a stretch. We're tired. And yeah, they kicked the shit out of us and Braden Point played good. What are you going to do? I think we could take the Lightning down and I want to say 5, and that's going to be generous. I'd say it's probably going to be leaning towards 6.
Yeah, I'll go Rangers in 6.
All right. What about so the last one we're looking at Carolina and the Philadelphia Flyers.
Give me the Flyers in 7.
Oh,
whoa. Yeah, just for the fun of it, because I hate Carolina. Yeah, I'll go Philly in 7.
I think the Flyers are going to be playing scrappy hockey. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, take that, Jake Gensel.
No, I like it. I think that's a good. I think that'd be the out of the matchups so far. I think that would be the least surprising one would be Carolina falling to a team like Philadelphia.
You think so?
I think so.
I guess
I mean,
maybe you can make
it's
the
not
argument.
like
I mean,
Torts has never done that, especially with those Columbus teams. He's always brought like the 1 seed or any high seeds like to a game 7.
Yeah.
I was making the argument that the Canes got too top heavy, but that was me strictly coping with the fact that we didn't get Gunsel and Kuznetsov. So I don't know.
Well, we weren't.
But there's definitely some truth to that statement that being too top heavy can really bite you in the ass.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So moving on to round 2, the semifinals, I guess it is. Looking at Boston and against the Florida Panthers.
Panthers going to be a bloodbath.
That's an Eastern Conference final game, right? Eastern Conference series right there.
There's no revenge tour for Boston. Let's just
get
that.
I disagree. I disagree with this one. I'm gonna take the Bruins in 4. I think they come out. Yeah,
this Panthers team.
I think it's a stretch, but I think as good as this Panthers team is, I think the Bruins are gonna come out just bashing heads.
This is how salty Jerry is that Vladimir Tarasenko is not a Ranger. My God.
I mean, I'm not even taking that as an example, but again, the top heaviness comes into play. Like I was saying with the Canes, there's that aspect of things. There's the revenge aspect of things where the President's Trophy winner, who's probably historically, statistically speaking, one of, if not the best NHL regular season teams of all time last year.
Yeah.
And the way it ended for them, I think they're going to come out guns blazing, ready to rock, ready to go. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but there is a decent amount of carryover on that roster from last year. I know Bergeron retired, but other than that, I feel like, Krejci's gone. But I feel like there's a decent amount of, still a core group of guys who knows how to play together, knows how to jive together, and they're all still going to be feeling hurt from the way things went last year, and I think they just come out and step on the Panthers' necks.
I don't know, man. Sam Reinhart's having a career year. He's slept on this year. I think he's going to get like his 55 goals.
I'm not saying it's going to be an easy 4 games. 2014, the Rangers lost in 5 in the Stanley Cup Finals and 5 of the most hard-fought hockey games I've ever watched.
But that was like the hardest hitting game team in the Kings I think anyone's ever seen.
That Kings team was something else.
Yeah, that's why I wanted Chicago in that series. We could have beat them, but the Kings they had the most hits. I think they had like 200 hits in the entire playoffs.
Yeah, that Kings team was good. So we're going Boston.
I'm taking Boston.
I'm taking the Panthers. So if you want the tiebreaker, who you think advances?
Man,
there's no way this Panthers team's not moving.
I think Jerry won me over with the whole fighting for their just basically fight. You don't know it's a Brooklyn thing. Fighting for their right to party a little bit with the Stanley Cup finally. Give me Boston, but I'm not gonna go 4. I'll go 7. I think it's gonna be a very hard fought 7-game series.
I think it goes one or the other. Yeah. I think those are I think it's gonna be a bloodbath.
There's no in between,
or it's gonna be quick work.
Yeah. Wow. So you got your Rangers versus the I guess the Philadelphia Flyers.
Buck stops here, Torts. Yeah, we're taking them in 4. It's not even going to be a competition.
Our penalty kill is 5th, and I think their power play is still like 29th or 28th. So that's good.
That's the Blues. They're like
we're taking them in 4. We're crushing their souls. We're going to get a lot of rest going into the STF.
That's fair. I think I would agree. I think the Rangers would be too much for it. I don't think they would get them in 4. I think it would go 5, maybe 6. I think it would be too much for the Flyers to handle.
We historically play them well.
Yeah.
Especially this year. I think we've been playing them very well this year. I haven't looked at the matchups for the season. But I think there's some, levity to that. I think 5 might work out well. I think maybe 5 might work and they come out and win game 1 because Torts wants to win against the Rangers. I think that would probably track.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I can't see this ending well for them.
Could you see this series possibly being, going Philadelphia going up 2-0? Say they win both of them in in New York. They managed to somehow win both of them in New York.
I'm going to be honest with you. I hope it doesn't, because if it does, we're not coming back from that.
You don't think so? You don't think
we're
you,
not
you
a
don't
very
think you won 4
resilient
straight?
team? We
I
tend
think
to
if
roll
they
over and die.
split New York,
If we go into Philly 1-1, definitely. If we leave New York 2-0, it's not going to be looking good for us. I know I know I'm an all-time homer. I know I love my team, but I am real when it comes to stuff like that. This team, in the face of adversity, this team tends to roll over and die, and it's been one of they since corrected it, but it's been one of my ongoing complaints all season long, and it's been looking all right recently. But when the tough get going, I think the team was also going to get going. I don't know where I was going with that one.
Yeah, and we are 2-0 right now in the regular season against them.
2-0. I was trying to find it. I couldn't find it.
Okay. So we
have them coming up. We have them Thursday next week, maybe.
I think so.
So you got an Eastern Conference final between the Boston Bruins and the New York Rangers.
It's hockey, baby. Nothing better.
Heavyweight teams in the Eastern Conference right now.
Give me Rangers in like 7.
I'm taking Rangers in 7. I think this is going to be a classic 7-game double OT winner. Give me Panarin to net the winner. Honestly, I would say Zibanejad, but the jury's still out on him. Give me, I want it to be an all-timer. We're talking Matto, version 2 type stuff.
Nice. I mean, we have swept them in the season series, I believe. I could be wrong. I think
we've been playing them well. We've been playing them well. There was that one game, I think we beat them 2-0, Thanksgiving, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So they don't scare me. I respect them as an opponent. I hope the feeling's mutual. I know a lot of my Bruins fans from college. I have a lot of friends who are fans of the Bruins who return the favor to me. It's not like I tried this last year with the Devils. I always try to respect my opponents. I never cast the first arrow. I'll never talk shit in your face. I'll always respect you. My football coach taught me growing up, beat the shit out of the guy across from you for 60 minutes, and then at the end of the game, have the audacity to look him in the eye and shake his hand and say thank you. And that's how I feel about this. I felt that way about the Devils last year. They take us to 7, or we go to 7. I'm not going to say we take them, or they took us. We go to 7. They beat the crap out of us in game 7. They're outside their building screaming the goal song, doing whatever, hooting and hollering. They're the best team in the world. They hate our guts, blah, blah, blah. Where are they now?
Yeah.
Shove it. That being said, with the Bruins here, I expect and I hope I receive, because it will taint, I'm not a fan. Obviously, I'm a Yankees fan, so I can't like the Red Sox, but I like the Bruins and I like the Celtics. They're 2 historic franchises that I respect immensely, and all my friends who are Bruins fans have nothing but good things to say about the Rangers, and they respect the Rangers as well. So I would hope that it would carry over into the playoffs. Obviously, it'll be a little more bloody, so to speak, and there will be some, I might throw some words around here and there that I don't mean, and I'll apologize for, but I want them to know that going into this, if this was to happen, I respect them. I want them to respect me, and let's fight hard. Let's have a good, clean fight. Okay. Even though it won't, because fucking what's his name? The Rat King is still on that team. Marshawn.
Yeah. So you got the New York Rangers, the Vancouver Canucks,
and 7.
94.
We didn't even do that on purpose, and it's a 20-year anniversary. It's a 30-year anniversary. We didn't even do that on purpose. I have seen people messing around on Twitter. I don't believe the NHL is anywhere in the same conversation as the NFL when it comes to this stuff, but people are saying Rangers Canucks 30-year anniversary Stanley Cup rematch. The script writes itself. I don't think the league is scripted, but I wouldn't be shocked if it works out this way. And if it does, it would be great. And guess what? It's going to end the same way, if not sooner.
Oh yeah.
It's the Rangers.
I do think this would be a 7-game series.
Oh yeah, it'd be a great.
I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong. We wouldn't get in this current situation. Would we get home ice? Because we split with them, and I don't think they have more points than us.
I guess it would depend on how the season would end, but
that's true. We still have time. We currently have 2 more. If we're talking right now, we have home ice because we split the season, and we have 94 points. They only have 92, so I think we get home ice.
So we would get it,
yeah. As of right now. As of right now, there's still
Wouldn't that be something? I didn't even think about that. I didn't do that on purpose. I am being a homer. Again, I'm not going to lie. Obviously, I'm taking the Rangers to go, but man, how about that?
That'd be something.
Yeah.
I guess it's a good thing Jerry didn't pick the Panthers, because if that would happen, I'm like, yeah, Panthers in the Stanley Cup, but
No.
Now the NHL is pushing their the movement to the south type of deal. So we'll
I
probably
don't think
see-
they really look at the Panthers like that, though.
I don't think so either.
I think as far as Kings of the South go, I think the Lightning have the edge over the Panthers.
Yeah.
but
Regardless of
they're
current play.
their lightning in the bottle is ending real soon.
Yeah, it could be.
They'll bounce back. They were always good. I mean, the dynasty, granted, I guess like Stamkos kind of bled over from one to the other because Stamkos played with St. Louis and was it LeCavier and Brad Richards and that team. He wasn't on, actually not Brad Richards. I think Brad Richards left before.
Yeah, I think he was on Dallas at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, Stamkos is a part of the old guard and then ushered in the new guard and now is again the old guard. So curious to see how they're going to make the turn, who they're going to build it around. If I had to guess, it would probably be who's the guy that's in the MVP conversation?
Kucherov.
Yeah. But even he, I feel like, is a little on the older side at this point. He's definitely playing well, but I give him time. They'll have a couple down years, but they'll bounce back.
Yeah.
They're a good team down there. They're well ran. They have good coaching. They have good staff. They have a good support system. So I don't think they're really too much to worry about.
John Cooper is a heck of a hockey head coach. He'll get that team going the right direction. They might be a little bit of a threat to some teams come playoffs.
I mean, it's looking like it with Duclair and Dumba. I think Duclair's had like 10 goals in 14 games, and like Dumba's has been pretty serviceable for him.
Yeah. Jerry, you brought up Martin St. Louis. Also, I know he stepped away from the team.
Did he? When did that happen?
2 days ago.
Oh, that's too bad.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, I didn't know that happened.
He did.
Is it
he did
for
step
personal
away
reasons,
from,
or was he like fired?
No, I think it was health. It was family health issues, family health reasons.
Oh, so it's the door's not shut then. He wasn't like exiled by the French media. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Well, I hope he gets well soon, and I wish nothing but the best for Martin St. Louis.
Yeah.
Loved him on the Lightning. He came to the Rangers, did wonders for the season or two that he was here. He was great. One of the best all-time guys, 8-time Lady Bing winner or however many he won. Might as well rename that award to the Martin St. Louis Trophy or whatever. I hope he gets well, and I think he's building something. Every time, the Canadians stink, but every time he comes up in conversations, like these guys love St. Louis and St. Louis loves coaching. And he's doing a good job doing so. They just suck. So if they build something around him and he's the head coach, I think they can, I'm not going to say they're going to put up 26 banners or whatever they have in the Raptors, but I think they might be able to get one or two.
Yeah. Some other news too is that Wayne Simmons has retired after
all that
15 years.
one day contract. Saw that
one.
What a shit he was. But congratulations.
Yeah, I hated him on the Flyers.
He ruined my life for whatever it was, 4 or 5 years. But congratulations.
Yeah, it's a long time.
It's crazy
15,
too. I was looking
years.
at that graphic they put up. I think he played like 200 games in LA, 500 games in Philly, and then when he left Philly, it just wasn't working. I think he might have maybe had 100 under his belt for the Maple Leafs, if that. But everything else was after Philly, just downhill, which stinks because he was a top. He's a pest, plain and simple. He wasn't exactly a good. He's more of a Marchand type player where he's good, but he's gonna hit the shit out of you if he needs to, but he's just gonna annoy the hell out of you.
Yeah,
and he's also gonna be good.
And also the big thing that came out today, I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but the whole is it Netflix? Is it Netflix doing it or Amazon? One of the two. I think it's Amazon actually. They are doing a series, a behind the scenes series with 10 to 12 NHL players.
Yeah, it's Netflix.
So like a quarterback type deal.
Yeah.
Huh?
They're doing like a quarterback type show that Netflix did.
I think so is what it is. It's 10 to 12 NHL players, kind of behind the scenes stuff. It's supposed to debut this fall.
That's pretty cool.
I will say though, the ESPN, the Raising the Cup things are still pretty cool. I think it
it's pretty
starts
chill
up
then.
with the
My dad said they did one for the Stadium Series that I haven't watched yet on the
They
Rangers
did?
and
Oh,
all that
shoot.
stuff. But I had to check
Yeah,
that out. Yeah.
it's
I'll
a
check it
behind the
out.
scenes series with Amazon that'll be centered around 10 to 12 star players and is due for a fall release. And that came from Chris Johnson.
Do we have a roster?
No, not yet.
You know it's gonna be Connor Bedard.
Bedard's going to be in it. I'd imagine Austin Matthews, probably Connor McDavid,
Nathan McKinnon, perhaps?
probably Nathan McKinnon. Somebody
see
said
that.
somebody I saw like somebody was putting names out, just trying to guess it teams, and they figured somebody from Seattle, so like a Vince
Jordan
Dunn type of
Eberle.
player, Jordan Eberle type of guy.
Matt Rempe. Put Rempe in there.
You know it. You know it. And you know he put. I was gonna save it for blue shirts, but I'll still do it. He put out a piece of paper. He's back.
I saw
sent it
that.
out. He's ready to go.
Go Kraken.
Oh, Kraken. No. Oh, no.
Kraken.
You know what, though? I give them the biggest props because they're the only expansion team to defeat the reigning Stanley Cup champions in a playoff series in their second year.
That is true. That's true. As far as I know, that's all. It's just some of the things that came out of the GM meetings today, and that they apparently are endorsing the the OT format. I guess the 3-on-3. Yeah,
I don't hate it.
They've expressed concerns about 3-on-3 in overtime.
Why?
Really?
I don't understand.
I don't hate
I think it's fun. I actually loved
regrouping.
what happened when they pulled the goalie. What was it, in the Wild game?
The Wild, that was nuts.
Oh,
I couldn't believe that.
Like
I was
that's
standing
cool
there.
though.
I actually had that game on, and I was walking myself to the bathroom to go blow my nose when I was sick the other day. And I heard this say, like, the Wild pulled a goalie. It's 4-on-3 in overtime. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, and it was kind of like unheard of at the time. And they ended up winning the game out of it.
Yep. Yeah, they should not mess with the 3-on-3. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, so there's too much regrouping and not enough attacking. I don't know if yeah.
I did see that they're also voicing concerns regarding video review. Or something along those lines. I didn't read too much into it. I just saw it.
That's new to me.
Yeah. One of the stats here says the NHL is on track to have 70% of extra time games end in overtime this season, which would be a record.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I think we're all in agreement here. Playoff hockey's awesome. Like, that's some of the best hockey you're going to get at. And especially, like, in the 3-on-3 method. And, again, Homer Jerry coming into play here. The overtime game at the Stadium Series, Rangers Islanders. Well, I mean, granted, it was 10 seconds long, but whatever. Or no, I'm sorry. Aaron, who was it where we were in overtime and it was just a back and forth? It was a couple weeks ago. It might have been. Who did we lose to a shootout?
Montreal.
No, like 2 weeks ago, we lost to Montreal. In a shootout.
2 weeks ago.
It wasn't the Panthers. Was it the Panthers?
I'm looking right now.
No, it wasn't the Panthers because they beat us in regulation on a pulled goal. Yeah, it was a 4-2 game. Trying
to find it.
No, it wasn't the Blackhawks.
Oh God, if it was the Blackhawks, that's awful.
It was the Maple Leafs.
Maple Leafs, yeah.
If I remember correctly, that was a pretty high octane overtime period. I could be getting that mixed up with the Blackhawks overtime. But 3-on-3, I mean, again, 3-on-3 aside, overtime hockey in general, if you even want to talk about 5-on-5 during the playoffs, there's nothing like it. It can't be beat. Yeah. So much fun. You know, you go into the NFL, the overtime rules are convoluted and confusing. College football overtime is pretty cool.
College football overtime.
Baseball is just extra innings with an invisible runner on base, which I think is dumb.
I think they're changing that, though.
They got rid of it or whatever. Yeah, who cares?
They are getting rid of it?
I think so, yeah.
The NBA, nobody tries. I think playoff hockey is among the best extra time sports you can buy. Next to soccer. Soccer overtime is pretty fun.
Yeah.
If it's golden goal. It's the same concept, golden goal.
There was something that I thought, I don't know how true it is, but I think it was just somebody saying something that they should do a shootout after the second overtime in the playoffs.
They should do what?
They shoot out. They should just do a shootout.
No.
No.
That's what I'm just saying. Just what I saw.
Nah.
Just what I saw.
Nah.
Just a messenger here. I'm just a messenger.
No, that's weird.
No. You guys got any? You guys got anything else? I know, Jerry, you said you had something.
Yeah, I got one thing. I'm surprised it didn't come up. If you come across 10,000 Jaromir Jagr bobbleheads, please call me because I would like
18.
one of them. Is 18,000? I thought it was 10,000.
I thought it was.
No, I thought it was 19.
Yeah, it was a lot.
That was 1.9.
Jesus Christ!
I bet it was Jagr because he did have that commercial where he has bobblehead. He's trying to sell it outside.
That would be something else. I mean, where would they all have went?
They're stuck in California somewhere.
Like, it doesn't make any sense how they've lost.
Like, why would you steal it? Because you can't sell it because they'll know that it's that one.
He's like God in the Czech Republic, to my understanding. So maybe
he is.
They're taking him, bringing him home, and selling him back in the Czech Republic for a profit.
You know what? I could see that.
Yeah, and they were just straight up stolen. It's not like they were lost.
Yeah.
They ripped off a truck for bobbleheads. Imagine just pulling over a truck.
They pulled a
breaking
Goodfellas.
into it, ready to go. Yeah, Henry Hill, Tony Soprano, you're whatever. It's falling off. Yeah, we're gonna get some TVs, maybe a stereo system because it's 1999. We still use stereo systems. I don't know. Maybe they got some iPhones in there.
Let's go.
You open up the back of the U-Haul.
And it's just bobbleheads.
What are we supposed to do with bobbleheads?
And it's not just random bobbleheads, like bobblehead from like San Jose, a bobblehead from LA, from Dallas,
it's one
New York.
singular bobblehead. It's
one
19,000. One bobblehead. It's
the same guy.
It's so funny.
He's still the only guy that cannot be phased if someone's like, "Oh, I'm gonna blackmail you because I'm like 18," and he's like, just go ahead. I don't care.
He's like, I sleep with beautiful women. What of it?
I was trying to see how many were actually stolen, but
I could have swore it was 19,000 or something like that. Yeah, because even the lady doing the Pittsburgh game, she was like, if you seen him, just let us know. Like the FBI are working on it and finding them. I'm like, what?
I don't understand.
I actually care.
Yeah, there was there's 18,000 Jaromir Jagr bobbleheads.
Which makes sense. They gotta fill. It's for the arena, like it was probably a giveaway night or whatever. So that tracks.
Yeah, it was his retirement night, wasn't it?
Oh, is that what it was? That's what I figured it was for.
Yeah. I want to say that's what it was for. Maybe not. Maybe it was just a bobblehead night for Jagr. But I know he was in the building because he skated he warmed up with the team.
Just sign him, Pittsburgh. Yeah. Let him play. You're not too far out of it, but just let him play.
You got to make Crosby happy now.
It's gonna work. He's so good.
You got to make Crosby happy too after trading Jake.
Yeah.
Carolina.
Oh, Jagr took him. Come on. Jagr literally put up on his Twitter. Did anyone see my bobbleheads? 18,000 of them. Actually, I got one. Missing 17,099. He's got them, man. He's selling in the Czech Republic.
That would be something else.
My delusional Avalanche friend thinks he's going to go next year. Crosby. I don't think so.
Colorado?
To Colorado, yeah.
I hope not.
He thinks it's on the table. He thinks it's a pipe dream, but he thinks it's on the table.
I think it could happen, but I don't.
He must have been listening to the last episode.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I was talking about that. Yeah. That Barely Hockey was saying it. They're making all those cap moves to bring over Crosby.
Yeah, we did. We talked about that on that Saturday trade deadline episode. It's like who you surprised, wasn't traded, and Sidney Crosby's name got brought up, and
I think it's going to be a Ray Bourque special. Like a couple game type deal, maybe make a run. Not so much as coveted as Ray Bourque was, because obviously that was like a win it for Ray type deal. But hey, I'm gonna retire this year. It's like, all right, we're gonna ship you out. Like, I'm sorry. Let me recompare that. Brian Leach did a Bruins type deal where we shipped him out of the deadline at the end of the road. comes back to the Garden, teary eyed and everything. That type of deal, you know. I was at that game.
Jeez.
We can talk about that. We can do that next week. Is just talk about our favorite game. I know that'll not be a whole bunch of stuff.
I'll make a list. I've been to a couple
for real.
Lists.
Yeah. My favorite one, before we end the show, just to give you a little sneak peek, is Martinez's goal off of. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to be that mean.
He would be that.
There was only 500 people there because, dude, that happened, and I was in a room full of Islander fans who were relentlessly breaking my chops, and I just was a little overserved, and I was like, you know what? There's no effing such thing as an LA Kings fan. They're all fake. They don't exist. This is embarrassment to hockey. Blah blah blah. It's just no.
That place when that puck came off of Lundqvist's pad right onto Martinez's stick, that place would freaking nuts. Just absolute bonkers. I'm sorry. That's a rough one.
I'm never gonna forget it because it's in every single NHL montage on television.
Yeah. Ever. And it didn't make matters better.
Never forget.
Yeah, right. It didn't make matters better than he won last year too for the Golden Knights, and almost did the exact same pose when he won.
Yeah. We'll talk about that next week, and we'll make sure to let the other guys know that we'll bring up our favorite moments from the games we've actually attended. So might have to think a little bit into your memory bank, but we'll get there. Sorry. Thanks for tuning in tonight for tonight's show. Make sure you do us all a favor, hit that subscribe button, share it out, let everybody know. Let everybody know about what's going on here at Variety Sports Network. Jerry, Aaron, thank you guys for joining me tonight on episode 5 of the 5 Hole. So we will see you next Monday night.
Peace.